the land of Mordor, in the fires of Mount Doom, the Dark Lord Sauron forged in secret a master ring. And into this ring he poured his cruelty, his malice, and his will to dominate all life. One by one, the free lands of Middle-earth fell to the power of the ring. But there were some who resisted. A last alliance of men and elves marched against the armies of Mordor, and on the slopes of Mount Doom they fought for the freedom of Middle-earth. Victory was near, but the power of the ring could not be undone. It was in this moment, when all hope had faded, that Isildur, son of the king, took up his father's sword. The One Ring was lost for thousands of years. Now, destiny has placed the ring in the care of an unlikely creature, a hobbit, Frodo Baggins. Along with the help of his friends, Frodo set forth on a perilous journey to the land of Mordor to destroy the ring in the fires of Mount Doom. But the Dark Lord Sauron has again emerged, and with vengeance he commands an army bred but for one purpose: to destroy the free peoples of Middle-earth. Sauron now desperately searches for that which was his in ages past. Should Sauron find the One Ring, darkness shall once again fall upon Middle-earth.
Greetings everyone, my name is Walder Richards from DaGameTrain, and today is the day to begin the battle for Middle-earth! I shall be your host for today, and I shall also be playing this on hard mode, cause fuck you. Oh, it's been a long time in the making to get this thing going, but it's finally here. And well, most of the waiting time was spent on doing other things and getting effort to do this thing, but can you really blame me? I guess yes. Whatever, it doesn't matter, because the wait is finally over. There will be probably no more Sega games, because I can't think of what to record from the Sega Genesis. Instead, we shall have the good stuff. The stuff we were waiting for. It is here. It is time for the strategy games, the Freedom Force, the Fighting Force, and other things. It's time to become better. Unfortunately, some things had to take a little step back. You might notice that the microphone's quality is a little shittier than usual. Maybe, I don't know. Not sure yet. Well, I'll find out as soon as I start editing. But in case it is slightly shittier, there is one simple explanation. And that is because I'm using a different microphone. From what I can tell, the quality of the two microphones that I have, which are both pretty shitty, all things considered, they're pretty similar in terms of quality. But this one that I'm using here right now, it's a little weaker, but it does have a nice thing that I was looking for in a mic, and that is, it doesn't fucking shake when I push some buttons on a keyboard, which is great. That's exactly what I need, because my usual one that I used before, well, I fixed the problem with a broken stand, but it's still shaky because the stand is a piece of shit. So until I get one proper microphone to record them all, we will have to deal with what he got. But hey, microphone quality be damned, as long as we have the good stuff to look at. Let us begin then. We shall begin with the good guy campaign. As you can see, there's only two, good guys and bad guys, or if you prefer, the forces of good and the minions of evil. This has been made by EA, if I remember correctly, or at the very least published. Whichever is the case, doesn't matter, because it's one of those very rare cases where EA doesn't suck. Let's play on hard mode. Much like War of the Ring, the two factions, the good and evil, are just like combined forces of the factions that resemble these sides. For the good guy side, we have Gondor and Rohan, which also have a bit of elves and other things mixed in, but no dwarves, oddly enough. That only happens in Battle for Middle-earth 2. As for the evil forces, we have orcs and Uruk-hai, with some trolls mixed in. Anyway, when you first start the campaign, you are greeted to this beautiful map of Middle-earth. Just click anywhere to begin your campaign.
LotR is the land of the Dark Lord Sauron. He has dominion over this bleak and wasted landscape and all who enter it. Sauron wages war with all of Middle-earth. He must be stopped, or all shall fall into darkness. The hobbit Frodo Baggins now bears the ring, guarded by a fellowship drawn from all the free peoples of Middle-earth. The One Ring must be returned to Mount Doom and destroyed in the very fires of its creation.
Why can't we just take the Eagles to Mount Doom? I know, everybody's asked this already. I'm not actually gonna bother giving a shit about this. So right now we're here in Rivendell. This is where our journey begins for the good guys, with the only army we have available on the map, the Fellowship, which is entirely made out of, well, the Fellowship. Pretty nice. Well, all things considered, War of the Ring didn't have the other three hobbits available as to play. Sort of. I mean, they had them for one time, but they were not recruitables. Whereas in this case, I think you can recruit every single one of these guys in a skirmish fight. I don't know. I know you can do that in later Battle for Middle-earth games. So, I don't know how you're gonna react to this, guys, but I like this one better than the second game. Not only because it's a little more focused, like it has... it just follows the main plot, really, so not much is there to lose focus about, but it also is just, I don't know, better. It just feels more fun to play this game. I guess we can get into the nitty-gritty later on. Looking over the map is as fun as picking your ass in front of everyone. So let's select the heroes and select Moria. Notice that Moria says +1 power. What does that mean? Simple. It means that once you complete this mission, you will get 1 point of power. If you played War of the Ring, think of this as fate points, only a bit more advanced. Just a tiny bit. Anyway, your heroes move into Moria, press again, and it begins.
The mines of Moria, once proud city of the dwarves. Its ruined halls are now infested with vile goblins.
Goblins! Yes, I forgot to mention, some goblins do exist in this game, but they are, as far as I'm aware, non-recruitables. Unlike the second game. You know what's cool about these cutscenes? These are in-game graphics right here. They made these cutscenes with, well, the game. Granted, they had some kind of neat tricks and cheats that they could use for this, but damn, that looks pretty good. It is kind of silly though that you can see like the random pickups that only show up in the game during these cutscenes, but I don't care. It looks pretty cool.
And they call it a mine. A mine!
This is no mine. It is a tomb.
We have but one choice.
This is no mine. This is a quote from the movie. This is mostly based on the movie, so don't be surprised if you see something that looks like it should belong in the movie, and I also should not be surprised if I get stricken down with copyright claims, because we live in the era where YouTube just doesn't want to have evil on their advertisements. They don't want violence and sexual content. But it's okay if he push some ads on that catastrophe that happened recently in America. You know, all the floodings, all the shootings, all the everything that seems to be happening lately. That's fine because it's television. But if it's YouTube, oh no! Laughing through tears is what I do best. Anyway, this mission is pretty simple. In fact, if you click here, you can see your objectives. The main objective is, of course, guide the Fellowship through the halls of Moria. And of course, all Fellowship members must survive. But there's one right here. Destroy the Balrog? Oy vey! Well, I suppose the developers already assume you have seen the movie, so no need to hide what happens in Moria. This is like one of the most iconic places in the books and the movie anyway. There are some bonus objectives as well, which you don't have to do, but they will help you in the mission, and later on, depending on the bonus. For example, the bonus objectives of purchasing a power or ranking all heroes to level 2 will help you later on, because as you can see, if you leave, each hero has a rank. And each hero comes with their own set of powers, some less, some more. And others don't have shit. Because fuck them. Throughout this mission you will find these racks of weapons with a shield, which will improve your unit's rank by exactly 1 rank. It's the same thing as level, so let's just go with rank for now. Increasing your rank is essential for heroes because, well, how the fuck can you have a hero that's shit rank? You want him to be maxed out, because then, not only does he hurt like a truck and has enough HP to survive an elephant stomping to the balls, but also, he unlocks new abilities which will aid you greatly. For example, Gandalf has various magical abilities which can be used to destroy the opposition. Aragorn starts out with Athelas, also known as King's Foil. Remember that ability from the War of the Ring game? Which allows you to heal nearby friendly heroes. This doesn't work on just one character, it heals everything close to you. As long as it's a hero, of course. Let's try it out right now. You can see that everyone was affected by it and everybody got to heal up. That's very useful. You also got Legolas, who has Hawk Strike, Knife Fighter, Train Archers, and Arrow Wind. We'll explain the powers as we unlock them. We don't need to get too excited about these just yet. One thing is certain though, you gotta make sure not to get anyone killed, otherwise the mission will be a failure. And that can be pretty easy to do, all things considered. But if you're wondering who you should watch out for the most, I'll give you a hint. The fucking hobbits. The bastards have the least amount of HP. You can actually check if you put your mouse on the hero portrait. See, Gandalf has like 1200, nearly 1300 HP. Much like Aragorn, Legolas has a bit less. Gimli is a beefy bitch. Boromir's not too bad himself. But then the hobbits. 400. 300. 200. Damn. Yeah, I mean, Merry and Pippin are the most likely to die in this mission, so keep a close eye on these pricks. And actually, the best thing I can offer to you to do is to switch these bastards to throwing rocks mode. Oh, there's a shortcut for it, it's R. Well, that's a little inconvenient, because moving the camera is relegated to the good old classical movement keys, the arrow keys, not the WASD. No, it's really hard to get unused from using WASD to move the camera around when you've been using it for a little while. It's just so much better. I wish more games would have that. More older games, that is. But instead, older games used all of those buttons to, you know, do actions. It's understandable. But I know some of you might be wondering, why didn't we pick up on the last of Earth 2150 games, Lost Souls? Well, I'll give you a nice little answer to that. It's because it fucking sucks. Let me explain. It's not the gameplay that sucks about Lost Souls. No, it's not the gameplay that sucks. Oh, it's not the gameplay. It's a story. And I know, it really doesn't mean anything in terms of, well, a strategy game. You don't play strategy games for story, but that's just the thing. The story in Earth 2150 Lost Souls is such bullfuckery that it just turns me off. I just don't want to play it. Every time I turn it on, I just get so tired of it in such a quick amount of time that I just don't want to see it. It's weird. I don't know how to explain it to you, but I just don't want to play it. I have to be in a specific mood for that game. But other than that, it's a good game. If you just want the strategy stuff, you don't want any plot, just skirmish fights and multiplayer, that's the choice to go for. Has all the bug fixes and everything. So it's a good addition. It's actually pretty damn good. But in terms of plot and campaign, nuh-uh. Cut me out of that one. I don't want to be dealing with it. Now, unlike War of the Ring, here you cannot set left click to be, well, doing stuff like building or attacking. I think only a... No, actually, now that I think about it, War of the Ring only had building as left click, not attacking. Which still was a convenient button to use, but there's a good reason for that. You'll see what I mean. But for now, let's not worry about it. It's not important. For now, we have to relive the movie/book scenarios of being attacked in the tomb of Balin. Who was ballin' in his life, but not anymore. His ball was rolled for the last time. Ah shit, Aragorn is getting fucking wrecked. Let's do something about this. Quick, get the healing power. Ah fuck. Yeah. You thought you were gonna get away that easily, did you? Nope. All the places of... Not the places of power, oops. All the powers from the power tab have to be recharged first before you can actually make use of them. Get this one instead. Oh, thank goodness, I thought somebody died. Why did you do this to me, game? Shit. Get the hand with the healing plants, because that's actually better. But yeah, active powers from the power tab have to be recharged first, because, I don't know. But the passive abilities are available right from the get-go, so it's fine. In fact, we got two abilities. We got the Elven Gifts, which improves hero damage by 50%. So now they're 50% stronger than before, that's a good thing. And we got Heal, which heals units. But read, replaces one dead man per battalion? I wonder what could that be all about. Well, I do know what's it all about, but for those who don't know, have never played this game before, you'll get to see as early as after this mission, I think. I think I'll wait a little bit, because, well, look at my heroes, they're a little hurt. A couple of them are hurt, and FLS does not take too long to recharge. Hey, it's that well where one of the hobbits threw something in and scared all the fucking goblins into attacking us. Fool of a took. Here we go. Beautiful. Oh yeah, the Blade Master ability for Aragorn gives him more damage and armor. That's useful. Hawk Strike is just a double arrow attack. It's good for single targets. Knife Fighter switches attack modes. Instead of using the bow, he uses knives. Axe Throw is just a single target attack, which is kind of like the Hawk Strike. Hurts. Boromir has nothing. Frodo has pull out my sword ability, much like the rest of these fuckers. And then we have Gandalf. Gandalf starts out with Wizard Blast, which is just like a blast, you know. It kinda hurts, but for those that don't get killed, they get pushed off their feet, fly up in the air, and get stunned a little bit. Lightning Sword, well, you'll get to see some more of it in action quite soon, but for now, let's just call it Ancient Taser. Ancient Magical Taser. But yeah, look at that. Wizard Blast is actually a very good ability to have, and it's a good ability to start out with, because large groups of enemies can be swept away as if nothing has ever happened, which is good. That troll over there is kinda dangerous, but if I use the Hawk Strike on him, well, I get almost nothing good out of it, because Legolas is still only level 2, but it still did a significant amount of damage. Notice that sometimes the troll falls over for no reason. There is a reason. It's Boromir. Boromir is like the only hero in here that can deal knockback on every hit, so having him around is quite nice. There actually is one of the missions where it's convenient to save him in. But if he gets to record that today, you'll get to see exactly why that mission is also known as the fanfiction mission. Well, that's what I call it, at least. I don't know if anyone else calls it, but it's definitely fanfiction, depending on how you look at it, because the things you can do in that mission don't really make a lot of sense. Aha, it's this part. We're approaching the bridge. The bridge of Khazad-dûm. Don't rush your buddies too much, because we got a lot of goblins on the other side. You don't wanna fuck around with a million fucking goblins shooting your ass. Oh, I got 2 in 1, nice. What the fuck are they doing? Well, anyway, tell Legolas to deal with the archers while the rest of the guys deal with, well, whoever the fuck decided to just jump on them. Don't worry about Legolas though, he'll be fine, and if you really need to heal him, I'm pretty sure Aragorn will fix him up. And if not, you have the heal, if you bought it. It's nice that you're able to get both of the powers in this one mission. They're both very useful. Because for the most of the game, you'll be playing with heroes. I think all of the game, actually. I think pretty much all the missions will have heroes tagging along, so having this around is very useful. Plus, it does help us in this mission a lot, because who are we about to meet on the bridge of Khazad-dûm, which has become the platform of Khazad-dûm? Seriously, they made quite an upgrade to this bridge, didn't they? It's like a fucking superhighway now. We'll take a wild fucking guess, ladies and gentlemen. Who do we meet here? Fucking Balrog, that's who. Damn, look at that entrance. He just nukes himself into existence. Not out of existence, into existence. Now that's fucking awesome. Swords are no more use, but tasers will work. In fact, the game immediately tells you, Doofus, use lightning sword. They never showed this in the movie. But here you go. Electricity against demons, super effective. Until your power recharges though, You should probably run away from Balrog. He is made out of hurt. Don't worry about him shouting at you though, it does not affect you. That's just an ability you can use to scare lesser enemies away, like regular mooks. Heroes are not affected. But he does have the ability to power himself up, and he also can spray fire and use his flame whip. Man, doesn't that sound amazing? He is packing heat. Unlike that Balrog from War of the Ring, that one could, he could quake the fucking ground and shatter buildings with his fist. He was pretty impressive too. But this one is a bit more packing. Also a good thing is, some people have been able to make maps where you have to play as Balrog. Defeating large armies in the process, and even some heroes. It's a pretty fun map, if anyone remembers it. I liked it a lot. It was pretty fun. And this boss fight is not the most impressive one. I mean, it's a first mission, you shouldn't expect much. But there you go. A few zaps to the crotch, and Balrog is dead. Meanwhile, Gandalf just casually walks away. Because yes, he deserves it. He killed that flaming beach. And after every mission, you're granted the score tally. What's the score good for in here? Well, to stroke your dick with, of course. What else? Total victory! Oh yeah! Of course. But yeah, that's about it. That's all you get from it.